Welcome back aboard our starship, weary travelers. Kick back, relax, and enjoy some specialty chunks on us. My name's Joe, and I'll be your captain for this voyage. And if you haven't signed up for the in-flight entertainment yet, then you still can do it. So at any moment by pressing those like and subscribe buttons. Now, if you'd like any help with your overhead luggage or just can't figure out that dang seatbelt, our world's class support staff will be happy to assist you. As a matter of fact, we have them right here. It's Chase and Zach!
Oh my god, it's me!
Wait, this way. Ask him.
Wait, which way is it? Oh, shit.
Backwards.
You pointed at yourself there for a second.
The direction, I didn't know where the camera was. Man, I gotta figure it out.
You pointed at your mustache.
Yeah, it's a beautiful mustache, by the way.
Thank you. It's funny. It was actually just like revealed.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't grow it. I just shaved the rest of my beard and realized that underneath all the scruffy exterior was a beautiful mustache.
For a second, I thought you were going to say there was a flap of skin and I just took it off and it was there. Revealed.
Yes. The reveal that nobody ever wanted.
Yeah.
Skin flap reveal.
Ooh. Well, how are you guys doing? It's been a while since we've done one of these.
It has.
It's been, I went on vacation and then Zach had some life issues last week when we were going to do it. So
that's when I grew my mustache.
It's been a while. I should mention we're probably going to do these less often, maybe once a month. I have some ideas for some other Starfield content to put on our channel. I'm going to call it Taskmaster Starfield Edition.
Ooh.
If either of you have ever watched Taskmaster or haven't, you should.
Oh, what is this?
It's hilarious British comedian television, like competition show. I don't know. It's hilarious.
Okay. Taskmaster.
Yeah, Taskmaster. It's great.
British game show.
Yep. I've got some ideas for that. We might branch it out into other games. Maybe I'll make it Happy Pants Edition instead. But I've got some tasks in Starfield that we're going to do here in the future. Not today. We haven't prepared those, but we have some news. Well, not new news anymore, but it's like a week and a half old. Let's hop into it. Boom. First bit of news. Will Shen has left Bethesda.
Why would he do that?
He was their lead quest designer. He's been with them since Skyrim, Fallout 4, Fallout 76, or he worked on Skyrim, Fallout 4, Fallout 76, Fallout 4, Far Harbor, and Starfield, obviously. He left to join Something Wicked Games as their lead content designer.
Ooh.
On Wordsong. Which is...
Yeah, Something Wicked Games looks like a real cool studio.
Well, it's a lot of people from, like... they've been getting a lot of people from Obsidian, Bethesda, and I think one other studio.
Yep.
Big studio. So they've been like taking some of the people away from these already big studios, some of the actual heavy hitters of those big studios. So I think they were founded in 2022, so just last year, by Jeff Gardner, who was a producer on Skyrim, Fallout 3, and Fallout 4, Charles Staples, who was a designer on Fallout New Vegas, and Ekram Rashid, who was a technical director in The Elder Scrolls Blades.
Yeah.
Amazing. That's cool.
So, some pretty big works going on for Wordsong. And he's going to be their lead content designer now. So, that's really cool.
Yeah. There'll be some good stuff there then.
It's kind of feels to me like a lateral move as far as like genre-wise. Like it's going to be an open world. They said it's going to be still an open world RPG. So it's like they're just doing more of the Bethesda stuff as a different company.
Yeah.
So I wonder if there's just maybe they're trying to do that sort of stuff without the creation engine.
Have they said anything about what engine they're using?
No. Or at least I haven't seen it. But
I would imagine it was Unreal.
Yeah.
That's just my guess.
Yeah.
Unreal, baby.
So I wonder about that. But that's not the only bit of news.
Eyes.
We also have Pete Hines is retiring.
Pete Hines,
Or
but
retired.
his finger guns. Who would ever be able to do the finger guns?
Right? He's leaving after 24 years at Bethesda, and he was the head of publishing. But yeah, he's retiring. He said that I think he still plans on sometimes helping out or working with them on things just through his retirement, just working on projects that he cares about specifically. So, yeah, pretty cool.
Damn.
But so not as sad, but still hate to see you go, Pete.
Yeah, it's interesting because there's gonna have to be people with their own take fill the void.
Yeah,
and it'll probably change the flavor of things a little bit.
I wonder who is taking his place. I didn't quite see if they've announced that yet.
Well, with a lot of these types of roles, how do you replace these people? It usually winds up being like
Job
a
position.
role that has to be divided and conquered by many.
That's true. Sometimes it gets split back out
Yeah.
until it gets consolidated again.
And sometimes you just never do. It's just like, okay, we had a legendary Chad that was doing their thing.
A legendary Pete.
Legendary Pete.
Mr. Hines.
Whoever. Legendary Mr. Hines doing their thing.
All right. Well, enough sad news. Let's talk about some patch notes. Yeah?
Black patches.
There's been some okay patches. I bet there's probably going to be one that comes out tomorrow since we're doing a podcast. They usually like to do it right after we do a podcast.
They time it. They're like, Joe's doing the podcast.
Dude, it's been every single patch has been after we did a podcast.
Amazing.
I'm not even kidding. Like every time they put out patch notes, it's like we did a podcast the next day patch.
So that's how we summon. That's how we summon a patch, right?
No, heard it here first.
Yep.
Cool.
So if you want more patches of Starfield, share this with your friends and get everyone to watch it more, so that we then decide we have to do this more often.
More patches, more patches, more patches.
We're your quick fix straight to Bethesda.
Yeah, we get stuff done, dude.
Yeah.
Nobody's business.
Exactly. So some of the notes, they fixed an issue that would cause displayed items to disappear when applied to in-ship mannequins.
Oh, I've experienced that.
And they fixed an issue that would cause items stored in razor leaf storage containers and weapon racks to disappear after commandeering another ship.
Have not experienced that. That sounds very important to me.
Have you done the Mantis stuff, Zach?
Yes.
Yes.
That's where you get the razor leaf.
Yes.
What's the patch number, Joe?
Oh God, I don't remember.
1736.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Cool.
They also addressed an issue in Echoes of the Past where tunneling creatures could pick a location that would prevent progression. So I guess you probably had to finish or kill off the creatures and they just tunnel to somewhere you couldn't reach.
Was that Crimson Fleet?
I don't remember which one Echoes of the Past was.
I don't know.
I was thinking initially that it was Entanglement, but now I'm realizing it's Entanglement, which I do want to talk about, and we will talk about today. And then
FOV sliders.
The last bit of it was they added FOV sliders are now available in settings that allow players to use first person or third person to adjust their FOV.
Funny because I just adjusted the INI file, which probably is all that gives access to.
Hacks.
Right. It seems like that was probably something that they just didn't create an interface thing for and didn't realize
they never have. No Bethesda game allows you access to the FOV sliders through the UI. It's fucking stupid.
Really?
No. Skyrim, Oblivion, I can't say for sure. I'm pretty sure Fallout 4 as well.
Interesting.
Why would they do that though? I'm only realizing this now, Chase. But yeah, every experience I've had has been frustrating because I feel tunnel visioned.
Yeah, it feels so cramped when you first, because it's like 70 FOV is 70 is their default. It's so
like
bad.
That's not what I want to see at.
I don't understand.
I wonder
this
if it's
complaint.
a performance thing.
I don't understand this complaint. You guys have brought it up several times with FOVs whenever we play games, and I've seen it online. I've never felt that way.
Oh man, I don't know how I played Skyrim for so many years with that 70 FOV.
I can understand it as well because there's like two schools of thought, right? And the idea is that okay, if you have a really low FOV, it's meant to be such that the monitor in front of you is just matching where it would sit in space in front of you, and then filling that space with the video game.
Oh, instead of me seeing all around me.
Right,
Or
instead
my
of having
entire
a super
peripheral.
high FOV, which sort of stuffs the entire field of vision into this one square, so you have all this extra information to process.
Okay, that makes more sense to me now, Zach. But that would explain why when I do up the FOV, when playing with you guys, that I'm like, man, this feels fisheyed really bad. It's because I'm.
It will fisheye if you do it too much.
Well,
If you put too much of an
I do
angle
it.
on
I do it to the level that you usually are like you're usually comfortable with, so that our videos match up.
Okay.
And then I'm like, man, it feels like like the sides are really fisheyed, like really stretched or something.
Yeah.
And that explains why, because that would be how the sides of my view would be, which I knew. I just didn't think about the fact that I'm taking my peripherals and putting them in front of me. Sort of
right. Yeah.
scrunching them up.
It just feels so tunnel vision when you have like walls on your side. I don't know.
Mhm.
It feels bad.
Yeah.
I guess I didn't notice it until I could change it on PC.
All right. Well, that's it for patch notes. I mean, that's all the meaningful stuff. The rest of it's some little tweaks and things like that. But we can get into our big discussion of today. The big thing, and if you are concerned about spoilers, you probably want to stop listening now. But
Yeah.
if you're not concerned about spoilers, the game's been out for 2 months now.
Has it only been 2 months that it's been out?
Yep.
my
We're
God,
gonna
okay.
go into all the
We're gonna-
nitty gritty of the
Juicy.
That's right. We're going to be talking
end
about
game.
New Game Plus.
and spoiling it for Zach because he doesn't actually
Yep.
know yet.
Zach. So yeah, let's talk about our different levels. Zach hasn't finished the game yet. I recently went into New Game Plus, and Chase went into New Game Plus about a month ago.
Yeah.
And I decided to just take this image. So we're not going to have a video playing right here, right now. I did take video clips of my own going through this, and I decided that I didn't want to be too spoilery with this, with showing video
Okay.
footage of it. It is quite epic looking. The last fights and stuff are really fun. But I didn't want to show it, I think. I felt like that was a little too much spoiling. Whereas I could put this, and this is vague enough that
Sure.
we can talk about the rest of it. So let's talk about New Game Plus. Or let's start with where we're at after ending the game. Chase, you said you did it a month ago.
Mm-hmm.
Where are you at now?
What do you mean? Where am I at? Like in the game, or how I feel about it?
Yeah, and all of the above.
Okay. Yeah, I guess when I first hit endgame, it was really cool to be like have such a wacky like perspective shift on the game itself. So like Zach, just so you can be aware of what happens, you basically you enter the Unity, so you collect all of.
Actually, sorry, I'm going to cut you off. Let's talk about where Zach is in the story.
Ooh,
So we know what we're
that's
talking about with him. What we
Yeah,
need to go
yeah.
over.
It's been a while, so I wouldn't say very far.
Strokes
wouldn't say
Mario
very
Cap.
I don't really
know.
know. It's not far enough to matter.
What do you last
Okay.
remember doing for the main story?
I got another piece of the circle.
Great, that
Okay.
happens a lot.
Yeah,
Um,
that's like I got like a lot of pieces of the circle.
But have you
not
gotten
enough.
Andrasia?
Yes.
Have you collected more powers?
Yes. No.
More than one power?
No.
So have you
collected
collected
any
one power?
powers?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
So he's
One.
So he's just at that part, it sounds like.
Okay, so to be honest, Zach, not a lot really. I don't know. Like,
Oh, did you have to defend the lodge? Yeah.
No.
there's
okay.
no way he made it that far.
No.
Have you met Starborn?
Dude, I
Actually,
wouldn't know if I did or didn't.
did you go
I'll
and
be
get
honest.
did you go and get the piece from Neon
I wouldn't know.
with Walter?
That sounds kind of familiar, but I kind of gave up on it because it all just sort of strung together, and I'm at a point in the story where it's very lulled and very unengaging.
Yeah, so
I'm kind of just doing it because I have to check it off
Right.
until I get into something more interesting again.
Yeah.
Okay, so it picks up quite a bit. You like the first half of the story is you palling around with each of the constellation members that matter anyways. And then it picks up really quick after that and gets pretty cool.
Yeah, because
I'm
you
still
go
palling around.
You go with Walter to his name's Walter, right? Am I getting that right? I keep messing up his name. Okay.
Stroud.
Yeah, Walter Stroud. So you go with him to Neon and you get a piece from one of his competitors that are there. And when you're leaving, you get set upon by a Starborn, or someone who calls himself Starborn. And they attack you. They're demanding the artifact that we're not ready. Humans aren't ready for using this, to have this, the artifacts. And so he wants us to hand it over. If you don't, he attacks you. I don't know what happens if you decide to hand it over. I don't know if that's actually an option. It shows it as an option, but I don't know if people stop you from doing it.
I bet you somebody like on your team's like, no, screw that. And then the whole fight ensues.
Dude, Walter gets pissed if you attack them instead of running. Walter was like, "What are you doing? Jump, you fool!"
He's clearly too powerful.
It was hilarious because I was like, "I'm blowing this guy out of the sky," and he's just like yells at me, like I can hear him in the background as guns are firing.
Dude, have you ever attacked? Just like gone on a like I'm gonna just attack all the ships nearby me or whatever. Have you done that?
No, not quite.
Okay.
Not so much in that sense.
Like you jump into like Alpha Centauri or whatever, and you go to fight, or you go to land in New Atlantis, but instead you just start fighting all the ships that are in orbit above it. It is so funny because like I got to a point where my ships I could just destroy everyone. So I would just like be flying around blowing everyone up after like saving or whatever. And the flack you get from your crew is like unending. They'll be like, well, I'm firing at them and we're repairing the ship, and they'll be like, we need to have a conversation.
Right.
It'll be like so and so just like that. And it's like so funny because it's like in the middle of a fight and you just hear unending like
complaints,
pissing and moaning from like Sam Coe or like Barrett or like you're just like shut up,
right?
Please.
So knowing where Zach is, Chase, I guess let's get back into what you were talking about.
Yeah. So essentially,
it picks up right there after Walter Stroud.
Yeah, basically you end up collecting all the artifacts. You find out that when you collect all the artifacts, it creates a portal or whatever, or access to what's called the Unity. And the Unity is it's this star, it's like a room, and that's in the middle. And like if you go into it, it's the end of the game. You go into New Game Plus, but it's basically like you are leaving that. It's like the multiverse.
You're leaving that universe and going into another one. So restarting the game essentially at the point where you were going to the lodge. But there's a lot that goes on up to that. Like there's a lot of fun parts because there's that interaction with the Starborn, and then there's a different Starborn later that just attacks you guys at the Eye and the lodge.
Yeah, so
and that's a big fight, awesome fight.
More context though. You need more context. So
yeah,
if you enter the Unity, you become a Starborn, which is just like I don't know. You
don't need more context. They don't give you that context at that point.
Yeah, but the whole point is that to explain the people that are attacking you are Starborn, and that they have done that in a different universe.
Right. They've gone through
universe,
the Unity.
They have collected all the artifacts, and they went through the Unity, and now they're and like one of them's like, oh, I've done this countless times, so like he's super powerful because you can accrue power every time you go through.
And you essentially have these two competing Starborn entities with different I don't know, mantras. They have a different like code.
Yeah, one of them's
reasons.
like, take the power for yourself, and the other one's like, no, I should be able to decide how you
Who
use
gets
your
it?
power.
Who's worthy of it?
Yeah.
Unlimited power.
And then, of course, I can have secret option C where you kill both of them, and that's what I
like that.
Because I was like, you are
That's
both
what I picked too.
assholes. Go away.
Yeah, I was just like, no. And then they set everyone upon me.
Then it's like double boss fight.
Oh, I love that. Please.
Yeah.
I want to talk a little bit about some of the, because you could go off and do the Unity stuff, but I did a couple more artifacts, which is interesting because the artifacts were usually kind of like gathering the artifacts were usually kind of boring missions most of the time up until that point where it was like they sent me to a station that and I started like time rifting.
That part was fucking awesome.
That was so cool, but it made me a little pissed about one thing that then I started noticing. Loading screens. Made me pissed about loading screens.
That's when you noticed?
Well, no, it made me pissed about loading screens because we had talked about this previously where like, oh, maybe they don't like, because they do cinematics and then they do a loading screen and then you're loaded into the next location, right? And we're like, well, maybe they couldn't load stuff while showing the your ship in the cinematic that it's doing, right? But they totally hot load you in that mission between two states.
That means they have two
bunch of
levels
times.
loaded. That they ever since Titanfall 2 did this first. I think it was first. They did a level like this where it's literally just parallel levels. One's, offset 1,000 in the Y direction, and they literally just zip you between the two of them. So they have both levels loaded.
I don't know, man. I just felt like, well, there you go. They could, when they're doing the cinematic, load the place you're warping to, and then there's no load screen.
No, because it's not two different cells at that point. It's one cell, and they're zipping you between two different locations within the same cell. They have to load. They have to do a loading screen when you're changing cells.
I don't know. It still pissed me off because I felt like the locations were so different. To be able to load it didn't feel like my computer was having to like compute a lot of differences.
Okay, you had to
going on, or two levels were like it wasn't
like
heating
normal,
up or whirring up.
Okay, but like normal with Bethesda games, you have like different zones within a dungeon, right? Where it's like, this is one named part of the dungeon, and then you walk through, you do a loading screen to get to the next named part of that same dungeon. They did that multiple times where you're like in the main area, and then you go down the elevator to like the lower area or whatever.
Yeah, but also, Chase, have you ever thought about when you go to Aquila City and you walk through the gates? You walk through a gate, like one of the outer gates. It does a load screen, but you could also just jump over the wall, and it's you don't have to do a load screen.
Yeah, but so they're probably getting better about having a bunch loaded in and then like loading it as you run up. I'm guessing they're like dabbling with that with like bigger cities where you'll have like, oh, you're in one corner of the city, so the other corner doesn't have as much going on in it because you're not there. And then as you get closer, they start swapping, what's loaded and where.
Yes, but why
sense?
when you go through the gates does it need a load screen?
I don't know.
Right. Exactly.
I don't know.
Exactly.
The logic. What does it mean, Mason?
Anyways, so that's just a couple things I noticed, but the entanglement mission was, despite that little agitation with me, was amazing. I loved it. I love those kinds of quests because, like, it's essentially a puzzle of going back and forth between two different timelines. One where everything's all messed up, and the other one where it's pristine and nice and everything like that.
I loved the dialogue when you would just like disappear and reappear.
Right,
and
like
everyone's reactions were so funny.
I accidentally shot a scientist. Because I was shooting, and then I walked through a door, and I was shooting, and the scientists were there. They're like, "Oh my god, unauthorized personnel!" And like started. They scrambled.
They do that anyways.
Oh,
when
okay.
you pop in. There's one point where it's like sheer panic, and then you come back and everything's fine, and the security guard's like, "Hey, where'd you go?"
I shot a guy with an explosives round breacher, so he died.
Shit.
Oh, he dead. Oh
He did.
shit.
Did they say anything about it later?
No.
Okay.
No one said anything about it.
Did you save the facility, or did you save the one guy?
I saved the facility.
That was kind of a weird option to give. Like, why would you only save the one scientist guy?
Because he had been a hero.
No, he wasn't.
Yeah, that's a good point. He had been a hero.
That was the whole thing.
He had, yeah. I mean, I think that's the way that they try to like portray why you would choose it. But the version of him that you would save would not have been the hero.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It was silly. It was. I was like, of course I'm gonna pick the 200 people in the facility versus the one guy who, yeah. But that was a fun quest.
So you continue then through. I continued then through the like rest of the Union mission, right?
Yeah.
And that's where they, I made the choice to not go with either Starborn or with either of the Starborns. You eventually find out, Zach, that like Earth died because.
Okay, hold up. We need to go into more detail on that. That specifically, that story arc, I want to go into more detail.
Let's do it right now. We're at that point.
Okay, yeah. So Zach, at one point, you can continue on to like the final showdown, or the bad guy, the bad guy, the one that wants you to like, take all the power for yourself or whatever. And then there's the good guy who's like, they're in white and they're the good guy. They are they're a dead member of Constellation, basically. So at one point, one of the members of Constellation dies. You have to like make a choice, and one of them dies. They end up being that one. So they're like, in my timeline, you died, and I finished the Unity and went through. And so you're like, oh my god, it's you, but it's not you. For me, it was Sarah, but yeah. So they end up telling you, hey, go to the moon and check out this coordinate or whatever. You need to learn about like what happened to Earth, or you need some more background info. So if you go there, you end up going through a lunar facility where it's like their initial tests on grav drives, and it's like the first test where they jump to like Jupiter. Yeah, they jump to Jupiter, and then it's like, cool, we're not gonna know for like a few minutes until they can contact us, because like you don't have faster than light communication, just faster than light travel. So they're like, I don't know if they jumped back or if they I think they just sent communication that's at light speed, so it takes a few minutes to get there. So they're like, okay, we'll find out if they lived or not.
32 minutes, I think they said.
Yeah, super cool to see like the initial tests on like how it was going. And then eventually, I don't think, is there any more useful information there, Joe, at the lunar base?
Yeah, because you continue to go through it, you go to Earth to NASA.
Yeah, so that's the next part. That's the cool part. So you go to Earth, you go to NASA, and you've seen Earth, right? Did you go visit there?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
It's just a completely barren
just
wasteland. Dead. Yeah, dead. So you go to NASA, and you end up going through all these audio logs of scientists there, and basically it's their research into the grav drive. And there's this higher up guy there that is always just like slipping in information, and it's giving them huge breakthroughs, where they're like stumped on developing the grav drive, and he's like, oh try this, what if you tried this? And they're like, holy shit, that solved all our problems. And he ends up like enabling the thing to be completely constructed. And
they were using the artifact technology. They had an artifact.
They found an artifact, and then he was like, oh, try helium-3 or something to interact with it. And they're like, holy shit, it resonates perfectly. How did you know? And he's like, I don't know, it was a guess. Come to find out, he is a guy who had been through the Unity, and he or did he go back in time or something?
I think he was in contact with the Starborn.
No, that's right. That's right. A Starborn contacted him and told him how to make the Grav drive, which would progress humanity. The problem is, they also told him that their research into the Grav drive would also kill Earth's magnetosphere. Yeah, which is protection from radiation and all sorts of nasty shit. So basically, and he knew this, but this one guy made the decision that Earth, humans being able to leave Earth was worth sacrificing Earth. So we traded Earth for
the Grav jump,
the ability to go anywhere and spread out. So, and then what's cool though is you get audio logs of these interactions as they're developing it, and it's one scientist lady in particular that you're hearing information from, and she ends up finding out that he did that, and is just kind of chews him out, that he's just I can't believe that you knew all along and decided.
She's once we're done here, I'm never seeing you again.
Yeah, and billions of people died because not a lot of people actually made it off Earth.
Right.
Not everyone can just get off Earth.
I thought they did. I thought it was considered a very successful mission getting off of Earth.
It was maybe half, which is okay at that point. What, 4 billion people or whatever? But still, that's 4 billion people that are just left to die, all on his hands.
Insane. Yeah. Thanos over here.
Yeah.
But once you finish that, the 2 Starborn are waiting for you, and they're well, if you made a decision, are you with him or are you with me? And you can choose either of them, or also be neither of you. You both are insane. Everyone deserves to have this ability, or the option to have this ability, not just not you choosing who gets it, and not first come first serve, or fight to the death sort of scenario, which is the other guy's thing.
Trial by combat.
Yeah, trial.
I don't understand what the darker one, what his what he wanted you to do, because wasn't it just we'll split it and then we'll fight it over it? I don't really know, because I'm I'm just gonna fight you anyways. I don't know what he was expecting.
I don't know what he was expecting, because
I need to do his story, his ending at some point to see how it goes.
He would have basically been if you sided with him, you guys would have fought against the other guy, and then you would have fought each other.
Yeah, he probably would have either just turned on you, because I don't think you can both enter the Unity though. It's whoever's on your spaceship, because you have the artifacts. It's called the armillary. You have it on your ship,
right? And
everyone who is on the ship when it jumps with the fully loaded armillary goes to the Unity. That was the whole thing.
But they didn't.
What do you mean?
I mean, they don't remember a thing. You're literally the only one who gets to embrace the Unity.
No, that's not true, because they do too. If you go through,
it says that. I know that. I understand what you're saying, but when you go and meet everyone, none of them are the people from before.
No. They're off on their own timelines now.
Oh, okay.
You all go in your separate directions. So
Got it.
if Samco was on your ship, there's a Starborn Samco on some timeline now. And then what's cool, what I really like is, did you go to the Unity and then come back and talk to everyone?
I didn't back out.
Oh man, it's so interesting. You go in, and you see a.
Go ahead.
Well, you see the version of yourself that explains everything to you, does the lore dump, and then he's you can walk away or whatever, and I was okay, so I walked away. I was I got more shit to do. You can come back anytime. So I left, and there's unique dialogue with every person, all your followers, where they'll be oh, you couldn't do it either, huh? And they're yeah, I just didn't feel I was ready yet. So from a narrative perspective, they all had to mimic your decision. But they all say that, where they're yeah, just unfinished business. I wasn't ready yet. Couldn't say goodbye to you all, or more mysteries to unravel, or whatever. So it was interesting. And then you talk to the people who decided to stay and not go, and they're like, "Oh, you're back. Cool. Well, all right. I guess someday you'll disappear, but until then, good to see you." Like,
Okay, well that's cool.
Yeah.
I want to talk about the mission going up to that, because you finished the NASA mission, and then for Chase and I, like we said, we both said, no, you guys are idiots. I'm against you both. So they set like the entire Starborn army against you for getting the last piece to complete the Unity, and that is such a fun fight. Like fighting through a facility, all these Starborn, like you fight like 5 or 6 Starborn at once at some point, and then the last one does a duplicate spell, which makes a bunch of copies of you and your companion. Let me tell you, you do not want to go into that.
Companions.
You do not want to go into that mission, or at least that part of it, with a grenade launcher on your.
Oh no!
That was insane. Because they were just it was a bunch of me's shooting grenades at me, and I was like, God,
Jesus.
See, that's
I was like
funny, 'cause
hopping around,
I
avoiding.
did my sidearm and Aurora build, where I'm just like high as fuck on Aurora the whole time. So like no one could stand a chance. I'm just like, oh, I'm behind you now, and I'm.
Yeah, I was starting to finally get into my heavy weapons, because I finally got heavy weapons, and I had a minigun, I had the grenade launcher, I had my explosive breacher, I had like these superpower weapons, and then they were being used against me. I was like, no, go away. Yeah,
That's awesome.
But it's a pretty epic fight to the last piece.
That's pretty cool.
I did enjoy that, and then you go and you get the last piece, you do a Grav jump, and you go into the Unity where, like you said, you meet yourself, and it's actually really cool. If you do a bunch of the side quests, they do like an overview of the outcomes of your choices from those side quests, like of only the ones you completed.
Classic Bethesda narrative, where they want to tell you kind of like what happens after.
Yeah,
depending on your choices.
So like they talked about what my choices in Ryujin Industries, how that ended with that. My choices
it's all the
in
major
Vanguard.
It's all the major storylines. So, yeah, I think Vanguard, Freestar, Ryujin.
There's a couple.
The Pirates.
Yep.
Whether
the
you did
Fleet
Pirates
or
or
the UC,
stuff. Yeah. And then I think there's another one, right?
There probably is. I don't know. There's quite
it's
a few
all like the
major
main
factions.
storylines.
Yeah. But so that was really cool, I thought, because you could walk around to each, and they had like a little exhibit there that showed what had happened, or the choice that you made and the result of that. And then you go through the Unity, and you're in space. They take away everything except for you have a Starborn outfit, or a Starborn spacesuit, which is pretty sweet because it comes with a built-in helmet and jetpack. So that it cuts down on weight quite a bit. I noticed that. Like that helps cut down on weight a lot. And then they give you a Starborn ship, which is pretty nifty. And
it's
then
like a cool alien ship.
And then you're set to go through. And so I did a bit of reading, and each universe has changes, mainly to the main story or the constellation characters. Really, I don't think the side quests or anything like that changes, but the main characters that you interact with change a little bit. I don't know if you guys want to get into any of those.
I mean, we're here to talk about New Game Plus.
All right. So
yeah,
I read a couple, and I found some pretty interesting, and I'm trying to figure out which one I'm in. I've gotten as far as figuring out, or as getting everyone from Constellation. So I know a few things that it's not.
Are you doing the main story again?
Yeah, because I wanted to see what kind of changes might have happened between those people.
So Zach, you have a choice to skip the main story, because so how it works is you start out the first time you do the Unity, you have the first Starborn outfit and the first Starborn ship, and you can go through and do every single temple again, and it'll give you a little bit better version of every power, right? Then you go through the Unity, and then you can do it again. You get one iteration up of the Starborn suit. One part of the ship is a little bit better, and then you can do the space powers again. So
But you can also skip the main story again.
Yeah, so you skip the main story, and it's basically like you basically
tell them that you're Starborn and what happened, and they go and collect the artifacts themselves because you tell them where they are.
Right.
Okay.
So you collect a few, and then the rest are there. So it's only like a few of those. So you have to basically, if you want to fully upgrade everything, you have to do 240 temples, I think it is, and
Oh my god.
you have to do it that many times, and it like cuts down on the cost of the ability or whatever. And then the Starborn suit. So the suit and the ship, I'm really disappointed in the suit and the ship. They are so cool, they look so good, but they're garbage compared to what you can get naturally. So like, because they combine,
can't upgrade them.
You can't upgrade them, and because they combine the suit and the helmet in one, you're missing out on stats. So they're meant to be starter
and jetpack. It's suit, helmet, jetpack in one.
Yeah. So
they have really high stats for a suit.
Yes.
But if you did have like a really strong suit, a really strong helmet, a really strong jetpack, you would have
it would blow it out of the water.
You would have more defenses until you get to the later iterations.
It does, trust me.
I've seen someone with like 250 on their
and
stats.
I blow that out of the water with my at levels 50 or 60. Okay. So what's really disappointing about that also is you can't modify the ship at all, and the ship is garbage.
Oh, what
garbage.
The heck?
I think it's great.
It
fights
awful.
like a dream.
Oh my god, it's awful. And it has this really cool ability where when you boost, the whole ship turns invisible, and it's almost like a dash. So it's really good for like, you like disappear and then you pop back in and like shoot him some more. But the damage is awful compared to what ship I had at the time, because I was level like 40, I think, when I beat it the first time.
I was level 40.
And yeah, I go through and I'm like, what are the stats? And I even used console.
The stats don't look good, Chase. But I'm telling you,
it was fighting
better. It was fighting better than my other one that had much better stats. It was doing more damage.
My experience was not even remotely similar. Like I had my ship was stacked before I went through. I had like all autocannons on it, and I could just evaporate. Like I told you, I could go into Jemison and I could just annihilate literally everything there.
So the thing about
no way you could do that.
The thing about the suit though that I'm trying to hit on is that it's a heavy suit, but it is a lot lighter than if you had a suit.
Okay, it's
a
like
really good suit, a jetpack, and a helmet. So you get
so for starters, it's legendary. So you get like whatever couple status effects. If you have a legendary helmet, legendary pack, and legendary suit, which is very easy to get, you have triple the legendary stats now, and cumulative, the stats are just better.
Yes.
So, and then the ship itself,
but till you get those, you have a pretty freaking sweet suit.
It's a good starter for that universe. It's a good starter to get you going in that universe, but it's totally meant to be replaced. I literally used console commands to give me the best suit, the level 10 suit and the level 10 ship, and they're still hot garbage for level 50 or 60 range. I could give myself 1,000,000 credits and then just like stack a ship up with, because I have like really high ship design or whatever skills, so I can get like really good ship parts. Hot garbage compared to the ships you can build. So I really want to use the ship because it's so damn cool, and I really want to use the suit because it's so damn cool, but they suck, unfortunately, and there's no way to make them better. Also, the one thing I want to complain about with the ship is so cool, but it doesn't have a bed. You can't sleep on your ship. You have to go.
Oh no! What?
I
use that bed all the time.
Are you sure? I bet you it does, but it doesn't look like a bed.
Nope.
Because I had the hardest time finding the storage.
Unless there's a secret like pixel in a corner somewhere, no one knows where there is no bed. Because I've looked into this heavily, because I was like, okay, I need to pass some time, or I need to whatever, And
it's funny that you can't just pass time sitting in the captain's chair.
Yeah,
of ships.
What the hell? You should be able to.
Seems like a comfy chair, right?
What happened to my Oblivion or Skyrim? I can wait standing. Why did Todd say, "Oh, you have to be sitting from now on if you want to wait."
Could you
Like,
imagine
come
in
on.
real life though if someone just like stopped where they were, stood there for 24 hours, just
It's
staring?
the same thing. It's a gameplay mechanic.
I understand.
You
I'm
can't-
now realifying it. Just
yeah, but there's
imagine
so many other
someone
things
doing
you
that
can
in real life.
realify, like eating mid combat.
Yeah.
And carrying an entire arsenal in your back pocket, like
Which people
it's all
do.
Gameplay.
There's YouTube channels that do, like what is it, Viva La Dirt League, does stuff like that all the time.
They have such good skits. Oh man.
But yeah,
So I that's going back to like summarizing all that. That there's the design of the ship and the suit are so cool. I just wish the stats were better because I just want to use that for the rest of the game. I don't want to go find a better suit, helmet, jetpack, or build a better ship. I just want to use the cool ship they gave me and just put a bed in it, man.
Well, but here's the thing: they are rewarding you for taking time to build your own ship. Think of it like that. You get a pretty freaking sweet ship, but you can make a better one if you take the time.
Todd said that you can look at that far off mountain and you can climb it, and I wish Todd wants to say yes, and I really wish Todd had let me just fly the cool ship that he gave me.
You can't just fly the cool ship that he gave you.
I know, but it sucks. It's hot garbage. It blows up so quick. And this is what's great. They added it's like torpedoes and like photon cannon or whatever is what's on the ship. Those don't map to any of your skills. So you don't have any skills that you can spec into that will make them better.
Oh.
So why? Unless they're designed for you to not use it. Unless it's designed to be a starter ship.
I think it really is.
It is. But that's disappointing because it's so cool. Why would you make the coolest toy suck?
All right, we've gotten off on a really big tangent with the ships thing, but I wanted to talk about some of the different versions of the universe that you can get. And so I've been going through mine, and I think I might have gotten the evil Andrasia one, based on the things that I know about the other versions and
we were gonna talk
that I
about
haven't
that
seen
more,
those.
Joe.
So I looked it up. There's a version because has a past history with Varun, and she kind of left that life, still kind of believes that stuff, and she was originally supposed to, I did get to talking to her a bit more about it. She was originally sent into Constellation by the Varun to infiltrate it, and get them their secrets and stuff like that, but Sarah and the people kind of figured that out ahead of time, and she still accepted her for who she was, so she kind of left Varun, stopped doing that, and is now in Constellation full-heartedly.
Right.
In my new play, she's a bit more I just got her, but from what I remember meeting her, she's a bit more not so affected by killing people, it seems. So I think I might have gotten that one, which means she will at some point in time attack the lodge with Varun.
Oh, that's awesome.
They attack the lodge, so that's gonna be interesting.
I didn't know there were small
narrative. Go ahead.
I heard there were exotic ones where sometimes you could load into the lodge and there's 8 of you or 100 of you running around or something.
Everyone is you. There's a universe where everyone of the Constellation members is a version of you.
I thought that was a really rare occurrence. I didn't know that.
It's a 1 in 10 chance.
1 in 10.
There's 10 different
more
types.
Than I thought.
So is this specific to New Game Plus?
Yes. So
that's what
every
I
time you go
thought.
through the Unity, you go into a new version of the universe.
It's just multiverse. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's,
right. And so so there's a version where everyone in Constellation is a clone of you, or something like a different version of you. It's your character, but
you're saying
Sarah
there's
Morgan,
1
your
in
character.
10. It's so there's no just vanilla New Game Plus. It's always one of these 10.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know. Maybe sometimes it can be a mixture of them. I don't know, because there's one where Sarah's a plant. The first time you go into the lodge, there's no Sarah. There's just a plant there with a a plaque that has her name on it,
Uh-huh.
and you can like open a dialogue with the plant, but it won't talk back. And then people tell you that, oh yeah, she retired, and this is a commemorative plant. So she's actually somewhere else, but the game tries to trick you like a little cheeky way.
So that's
Just to
funny.
make you think that she's a plant.
There's also another version, funny version, where all the Constellation members are kids.
Oh God. How does that play out in the...
Right, with them going with you as companions and stuff? I don't know, but I'm interested to see that one.
So I need to look into that though, because I thought that there was like your normal New Game Plus run, and then there was a chance that one of these could happen.
No,
Not that it was like it is one of them every time you go through.
I think it is. It's the initial one, and then there's 9 others. There's one where Walter Stroud owns Constellation as a business, so he's treats it more as a business.
Oh, I want to do that one. I really like Walter. He's a great character. So there's also dialogue options you get as a Starborn.
Yeah.
So like, did you go to Aquila City yet?
I don't think so, no.
Cowboy Town. Well, basically.
Oh yeah, I went there. Yeah, for the Rangers and everything. Yeah.
And then there was like the bank getting held up. So you can walk in, and the guy's like, "There's a situation going on," and there's a Starborn dialogue option where you're like, "Yeah, someone's taking over the bank. I know," and he's like, "Oh yeah, I don't know how you knew that." And it's like little things like that.
They're mainly like a way to
That's
just
funny.
skip a bunch of the dialogue.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Just like hand wave and be like, I understand, I know already. Sort of thing.
I've done this before.
Yeah, well, there's ones that I'm like, where you're just like, listen, you know you're bluffing, so just give us the information anyways. And they're like, oh, okay. Yeah. So, I don't know. New Game Plus seems really cool. I'm like I said, I got to play through more of my storyline to find out exactly which one it was, because there's some other versions I don't remember right off the bat that have a lot more minuscule changes to the Constellation members. So I just got to figure out which one it is. I think there's one where Korra's hunting you as adult Korra is hunting you as a Starborn. She's a Starborn hunting an evil version of you.
Dude. Man, I got to do more New Game Plus runs then.
Yeah.
So don't skip the main story is what you're saying to like get details on this?
You just cut out. What'd you say?
If you skip the main story, you kind of miss out on all of that, right? Interesting.
I don't know. That's why I'm playing through the main story, just to make sure, see where in line you get that information.
So I'm curious, Joe, how the philosophy of New Game Plus has like impacted how you play the game or how you view the game.
The way it's impacted me is that I've decided that shipbuilding and base building is pointless till I'm done New Game Plusing. Doing side quests and things like that, also pretty pointless until I'm done New Game Plusing, right? Because I want to experience all that stuff, but those don't change. The side quest stuff doesn't change from what I've read. So might as well just go do the New Game Plus, see all those options, and then go do the side quests instead of having to do the side quests again at the end of my New Game Plusing. Which I mean, I am going to, because I already did a lot of the side quests before. But yeah, so I think it's kind of made it, especially the shipbuilding and base building, I feel is very pointless, because those all go away as soon as you New Game Plus.
The only thing
that
you
changes
keep,
my opinion.
The only thing you keep is your skills.
Yeah, your
So
skills.
whatever's in your brain, everything else goes away.
I'm fine that they got rid of my
Skills
armor and weapons and stuff
powers.
that I like, even though I modified them and stuff. I'm fine that they got rid of them, because I am actually
because
finding
you have the knowledge to make them again.
Well, and
if
I'm
you
finding
crafted them.
better stuff
Yeah.
than I was before. Like I'm excited because I'm finding so many like mag shears. I found my
'cause it
first mag
scales-
sniper rifle.
It scales with your level.
Yeah.
Like the loot you find and the loot that people are selling, or you know how like there's like superior and advanced, those scale with your level. So whatever the people stock in their shops scales with you.
So I'm excited that I'm finding that stuff. And yeah, I'm fine with that. It's just this, I was going to get into base building, and then I realized that it would all go away, and I was like, I'm not going to waste my time on that yet. I'm not going to build an awesome base to have it just go away.
Yeah, I had a base just for crafting and stuff because I wanted to keep all my like, I had to offload all my stupid like, you know, crafting materials or whatever. So I made a base just for that and crafting. But so what I did though was because of how it works, I have make liberal use of console commands because I'm like, okay, I want to be able to do all the side quests and stuff in a cool ship that I really like. So, and I want to try out different builds. I want to try out different, because like they lock so many basic systems behind level 1 skills, and they don't hand out skill points very often. It's 1 per level. So I'm like, well, screw that. I didn't know that you get the little hidden meter. You actually have to. I'm like, come on.
I was
like,
wondering where that was
meter?
when sneaking. Yeah, if you put 1 point into sneaking, Zach, you get the hidden meter.
Oh
that tells you
yeah,
whether or not
yeah.
you're
I
hiding.
have that. Yeah, I laughed because that was
It
one
looks-
of the first skills that I had done.
It
Yeah.
looks so bad, by the way.
it's so
Like
bad.
it's
I don't
such
understand.
it's such a UI afterthought.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
because it doesn't match the rest of the UI
Just
at
do
all.
the eye. Just do the like the eye in Skyrim looked so good. It was just like it was a part of the cursor. It looked good. I don't know why they did that, but yeah. So a bunch of different things they lock behind, like targeting individual systems and like lock picking and like all this shit is locked behind the level 1. So I was like, no, just give me all the level 1 so I can experience the damn game. And then I don't like to give myself too many skills, but like certain skill points, like, oh, I want to try out base building, because like I wouldn't have done the botany or whatever normally. So I was like, let's just give myself those skills to try them out. And then I learned how much of a disappointment those were or like how limited you are. Yeah, it was sad.
What the hell?
And then for money, I'm like, okay, I like, before the run gave myself all the ship parts, or I spec'd into like starship engineering naturally because I really wanted to do that. So I New Game Plus, give myself 1,000,000 credits or whatever, and then I can go just like build a cool ship, because it's like I don't want to have to like grind for credits again. I already did that. So, you know what I mean?
It's a lot easier the second time around, though.
How?
Because I'm getting a lot better items that are worth more. So I'm just selling it, and it's like, and you're picking up more credits off of people because you're higher level.
But don't you want to be able to do that in a cool ship?
I went into a level. I think I went into the going and getting Andrasia thing with almost no credits because I had spent it all on stuff, on resources and things like that, and ammo. And I came back to where I could sell everything, and I had 60,000 credits before selling anything. I'd picked up 60,000.
But the higher tier ships will cost you like $500,000 to put together.
Yeah. I'm just saying it came really easy just getting the money. But yeah, I don't know.
I'm a dirty cheater, is all I'm saying, and I love it.
I have no problem with it. I personally don't do that just because I don't know why. I feel like it ruins the game for me, but I understand why people do it.
If I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna have a role play character in mind, I probably won't do that kind of stuff. But it was more of like a testing phase to see what the game has to offer,
which is fine.
So like I've done that a lot in Skyrim, where it's just like, I'm gonna make a character and this is kind of their backstory or whatever, and I'm gonna just dig around for a couple hours and then never play him again or whatever. But like, yeah, that's after knowing everything the game has to offer.
So Zach, have we properly confused you?
No. In fact, now I actually have a reason to play the game because I know what to expect and slightly better understand how I'm supposed to approach it without wasting my time, because I don't play it that much to begin with, so it's very easy to go do something and then realize, well, that was not as entertaining as I had hoped.
Zach, I am so sorry for you, because I know you wanted to make Samus the bounty hunter.
Oh yeah.
The bounty hunting in Starfield is probably its biggest disappointment.
It is terrible. It's terrible. I tried to go down that route a little bit, and I was like, wow, this is just...
Did you go work for Gal Bank at all?
It's just Radiant quests. There's nothing. There is no space bounty hunter storyline. No. That is one thing I cannot believe they did. They did not give you a proper space bounty hunter storyline.
That was the one thing I was hoping for, and it's just not there.
Which is funny because they have the whole Mantis thing.
Yeah.
Which is a legendary bounty hunter.
And then it doesn't even do anything. There's like a couple Radiant interactions where you'll just like run into someone and they're like, "Holy shit, you're the Mantis!" And it's like, I'm not even flying their ship. I'm not even using their suit. How do you know?
Go do the Gal Bank, like some missions for the Gal Bank.
I need to do that.
You're basically going around picking up or getting people to pay their fees or their loans back. But I did one where some person had gone missing and they didn't know why. They had taken out a loan. They were an executive of some sort. They took out a loan and then they went missing. So they didn't know if maybe they were captured or something like that. So they sent me to investigate. They were captured by Crimson Fleet, but guess who just so and they were being held in like a Crimson Fleet like mining base or something like that. But guess who just so happened to be part of the Crimson Fleet at that point in time? Me. So I just got to walk in past everyone.
Oh my God.
Walk up to the person and they're like, "Oh, what are you?" They thought I was a pirate, and then I was like, "Oh no, I'm just here on behalf of Galbank picking up the loan." And they're like, "Oh yeah," and they paid me. Apparently, the pirates didn't take their money, and then they're like, "Well, now that you dealt with all the pirates, I'll get out of here too." I was like, "Great, you do that," and then I left. Sure enough, all the pirates are still there.
Oh no, they're like trying to walk out the front door, just getting gunned down.
Yeah.
So Zach, what you continue? What were you talking about?
No, I was just talking about how it didn't seem like there was anything on the bounty hunter side of things to offer. Like there wasn't any starting point that really took you anywhere, like any of the other factions. The other factions and all the other stuff. It's like, dude, go do this. You have to try this out.
You do one mission to unlock the piece, the computer that lets you do Radiant quests to go just kill pirates.
Yeah. And I was like, okay, that's it?
Yep.
That's all I got? Cool. That sucks.
They totally could have done something amazing there.
If you go and do the UC Crimson Fleet thing inside with the UC, then you also get the computer on the Vigilant that also gives you bounties for Crimson Fleet.
That's not the problem. The problem is that there's no story.
There's no story.
Right.
There's no story.
There's just missions.
Yeah.
It's just go to the system, kill a pirate, get your money.
Yeah.
Right, because the Trackers Alliance is the bounty hunters, right? But they don't have they're not really a major faction.
Well, they are. I mean, they're everywhere.
But they're not a major faction that has a mission line.
Right. Like, it's just missed potential is all. That's all we're getting at.
I also feel like that would have been such an easy storyline to write.
I don't know. I mean,
I don't know.
They're good at telling stories through those kind of storylines, so I feel like they could have done something, but who knows why they didn't.
Maybe it'll be in a DLC.
Dude, don't do that to me.
Lock it behind a paywall.
I mean, they've done that. They've done that in like Skyrim and stuff, where like these somewhat smaller factions suddenly become a lot larger through a DLC that is mainly focused on them. Like in Skyrim, you have vampires, right? But in the main game, there's nothing other than there happens to be vampires. Maybe there's a couple missions that you fight vampires or go hunt vampires, but there's an entire DLC where you actually go and like interact with people you can either like side with vampires or side against the vampires. And you get
I don't know if that's like
bow.
That's not really expanding. I mean, that's kind of just on the concept of vampirism in Skyrim. But they're like the OG vampires,
right? But you think of like vampires in that as a minor faction in the base game having no quest line. That's essentially what the Trackers Alliance is.
Sure, they could do something big with that later.
Yeah.
Supero No has been talking. They said, how much did it take to beat the game?
How much?
Yeah, maybe how long? Yeah, how long did it take?
It took me a while because I did a bunch of the side storylines. So I have like over 4 days played in the game before getting there. But I think if you just streamline the main story, you could probably do it in, I would say, 24 hours.
Yeah, I was ready to. I think I was ready to go through after like 20 or 20.
It might be difficult. You might get really difficult towards the end because you start getting into some higher level stuff.
Yeah.
And so if you do just gun it, you're going to be severely under leveled. They don't do like a level scaling thing. So.
Yeah.
All right. I think that we've sufficiently talked about New Game Plus.
Yeah.
Our main thing on it. Let's move on into our community spotlight. Woo!
Epic.
Unless Chase, did you have more you wanted to talk about?
No.
Okay.
I think I've exhausted all my.
All right. So I found some cool things that people have been doing online, and let's talk about it. That's what our community spotlight is. I look through the internet, I find some cool things that the fans have been doing, or clips they might have put out, and we showcase them here. So if you want your stuff showcased, then you can go ahead and post it somewhere on Reddit or something. Or if you want to make it very easy for me to find, we have a Discord. Go ahead and join that Discord, and we have a channel for this sort of stuff. All right, so my first thing that I wanted to show is a machinima that's being made by Mod81, and it's called the Mantis.
Ooh.
So he's working on a machinima. I think he's planning on putting it out next year, of a storyline for the new Mantis, basically. Like
That's
what,
cool.
as a character, you've done after picking up or taking the mantle of the Mantis.
Interesting.
Yes.
Amazing.
So this is just a bunch of cuts he did as a trailer for it, but it sounds like it'll be really cool. He does have like a voiceover where the character's talking like in this grizzled voice, as if, you know, kind of a Batman sort of thing. So I think it'll
there
kind
they
of have
are,
that energy.
cloaked.
Yeah,
Oh,
I think it's
that's
gonna have
cool.
that kind of energy, like a Batman energy.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, that's basically Mantis's Batman.
Right. I like the title screen here, though. It just
The
fades
Mantis.
in. The
It's very Marvel.
Yeah.
Superhero.
Bam, bam, ba-da, bam, bam, bam. But yeah, so this is Mod 81. I'm gonna keep an eye on this because I'm excited to see it and look for it. So we'll probably let you know when that shows up.
Cool.
All right. Another piece of fan art that we have is a Crimson Fleet cosplay.
Oh yeah.
Oh my lord.
Good shit.
Let me get this right. Arbo Rilke, I think is the name. But yeah, it's really
so
good. I believe, I was reading the comments on this, I believe he did this in partnership with Bethesda's France office. So they did like a photo shoot and everything with him.
Amazing.
The
Pretty
Crimson
cool.
Fleet like stuff looks so cool. All of their armor and outfits and everything are like easily the coolest.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
All right, and my last bit of fan art here is a tattoo that, let's see, Logan. That's what his username was, Logan.
Good
Is
damn.
getting. So on the left, you got his arm, what he's gotten done so far, and then that's the end result, what he's going for. But
That's
yeah,
a single
pretty.
needle detail, man. What the shit?
Right?
Yeah, this whole yeah.
yeah. So really cool stuff people are working on. Let's move on into some mods. I found just a couple mods this week to talk about. One that I had to do because it's like my favorite, Mjolnir armor.
Mjolnir, Joe.
Yeah, they have a Mjolnir. Someone made a mod for a Mjolnir spacesuit.
It's Mjolnir.
Oh, I think
Whatever.
Joe knows. I think he's aware.
Yes, I'm aware. What was the thing I got you to say one time when I was like, "Oh hi" or "Howdy" or something like that? I don't remember. I tricked you.
know.
I kept
Yeah.
mispronouncing
Yeah.
something, so you would correct me, and I got to do a joke.
I have to. Yeah, no, that sounds like one
The
of our
troll is
interactions.
just too powerful.
So yeah, I had to do this one because I'm a sucker for Halo. So
Yeah,
I'll probably do that mod at some point.
it looks good. It looks real crisp.
And then we talked about it briefly, but we didn't actually, in any official capacity, talk about the Atlantis Shipyard's all parts mod, so that you can have all of the ship parts at one shipyard, and that would be the Atlantis Shipyard.
That's a big ass ship part that you got on screen there.
Right?
The
It's a
3x3s.
slab
3x3.
of space.
That's
Dude,
if you
you
want
should
the
see.
wide mothers.
I have a ship that uses that. It's a massive ship, but So I don't know if it's this mod, but I have a mod that it's like a script that you run when you're looking at a ship vendor, and it unlocks all the ship parts. They also have an option to unlock all the space station ship parts, so you can technically make a mobile space station.
Oh,
Jesus.
right. That's cool.
But yeah, I didn't play around with it too much.
All right. So that I guess I should say the Mjolnir, sorry, Mark V.
The Mjolnir
was by Somber X on Nexus Mods, and this mod is by the Mudsy, also on Nexus Mods. Next, we're going to get into some clips and pictures. So starting with some pictures, someone figured out, his name is Rich Cooks, that you can take pictures while in warp.
How? I
You
thought it
sick.
was like
You can hit the picture button.
while warping?
Yep.
Dude,
Because
that
it's
is
just
so
a cinematic.
cool.
It's technically still in the game, I guess.
So you can do picture mode or whatever. during-
Yeah. So I
Man,
thought
that's
that was a
cool.
neat thing to do. And then so thank you, Rich Cooks, for putting that out there, because until I saw that post, I had no idea.
Yeah.
And this is a sweet option. The next one I called Plushie Collection. It's by C.K. Cartman. Oh, no, sorry. It's by Bob Bogrino. That's his plushie collection in his ship.
Zach, that's the Starborn armor you can get.
One of it's like
Yay.
Starborn level like 6 or something like that.
Wow, rags. Wahoo.
Yeah, they look cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. like
This
it.
looks like my kid's playroom. It's like the
Amazing.
number of plushies or stuffed animals she's got. All right, this next one is kind of a bug that someone noticed. This is CK Cartman noticed when they went to enhance, their model was of a dead body.
What?
Oh.
Yep.
Oh no.
And this is a picture that they sent that they posted. They also posted a video to prove that this wasn't like photoshopped or anything like that.
Holy shit.
This is what popped up when they had their character. Their character looked nothing like this, and they went into enhance, and that was what was showing.
Dude, that's
Terrifying.
Like, that's kind of spooky. Yeah,
Right?
that would. Oof.
Yeah. Whew. All right. So now we're gonna
quite
get
the
into
shock.
some clips. This first one is by
Chilling.
Turnip Eater, and they said, "I really gotta lay off the Aurora."
Oh.
Yep, they go into this elevator.
Hold on, Oh, the shark. Okay, there's a story behind the shark getting there.
What?
Yeah, apparently. So there's an elevator that takes you down to the water, and
I know.
Pete Hines said that at one point they were like, we have a problem with the sharks getting into the elevator or whatever, and Pete was very specific. He's like, you have to leave that in the game. Like, he was like, he told them to leave it in the game, that bug, because it's just of how goofy it is.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, so I don't know if
What
he was like,
interview
I don't
was
know if
that
they
in?
did or not. I don't remember, but he was like, I don't know if they did it at any point, but like, you know, this is what you end up getting. Is I think they did leave it in the game because you can get the sharks.
Well, that's funny.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Turnip
One of
Eater,
them.
and thank you, Pete Hines.
Thank you, Pete Hines, for that.
Amazing.
Yeah,
All right, our next
truly
clip.
understands his own games.
Yeah, our next clip is from Boats on Floats. The person's just, I guess they're just playing in the background. Let's let this restart. But there's a dead body here. But how did that body get there? I wonder. I wish these were restarting when they should have.
Are they all
been.
just playing on loop?
I guess they are. They were supposed to be restarting, but they just
Oh
fell
my
out of
God,
nowhere.
He just fell out of the sky. What
Everyone
in
is
the actual-
unfazed.
Yeah, everyone's unfazed, but this
Loot.
man just falls.
Heck.
This reminds me of the beginning of Morrowind when you go off the wrong way
Yeah.
and the guy falls out of the sky.
Yeah.
I half expected
the
when
mage.
he walked up to him that he was going to have some like crazy
Scroll of levitation.
Yeah, not a scroll, but something like that with a similar name or something as a callback. But yeah,
Pocket-sized jump drive.
yeah, something
Yeah.
like that. All right, and this next we have a couple. The next two are from the same person, Josho Ho Ho, and the first one is called the Mega Salad Tosser.
Oh
Whoa.
my word.
Yeah. That is actually really cool.
And
Oh,
then
and
the
then there's
gravity
gravity.
goes off.
Yeah. Dude.
But he improved upon this design with his next clip, which is called the Marine Tenderizer.
Yeah.
Oh.
Putting that drive to good use. Oh, then there's a gravity.
And
Yeah.
then there's gravity.
That's art right there. That's
Right?
modern art.
And then our
Oh my god, it's creepy too.
last clip
Good lighting.
is from Reddit user WHG115, who looks like
That's inside the Starborn
he
ship
asked he just had a bunch of Starborn leave, I think.
This thing's beautiful.
A bunch of
It's
people left, so
really
they're walking
cool.
off the ship there.
Oh
Okay.
yeah. Yeah. Take off.
This is the Starborn ship. Yeah.
And
A bunch of them are
poof.
scattered, but one's left. One remains. Until now. See
Catapulted.
it go flying. Oh, but yeah.
Damn, that thing's cool.
Yeah.
hilarious.
Really freaking cool.
All right. And then our ship of the episode. Just one today, but it's a good one. The winner of our ships for this week is called the Bird of Prey. Doesn't look like much
Wow.
Oh
from
my
this
God.
angle.
Look at that chunky boy.
It's a fist.
It is a fist. You're correct.
It's the
Well,
fingers.
it's not quite a fist.
It's the finger. Yeah.
Dude.
And then in the wild,
Yes.
this is the best. With
That
the
is
rockets on the
amazing.
back. Just ah.
Going through space. Oh man.
Yeah. So thank
A
you.
plus.
Huge pinball for the Bird of Prey.
Wow.
This is an amazing build.
That's great.
Yep. But that's our show.
Wahoo.
Yeah, that's the end of it.
Wahoo.
I hope you guys like that. I hope, Zach, we've given you plenty of information on New Game Plus to spoil it for you enough just
You
to
really
pique your
didn't.
interest. And then, Chase, I hope that we've reinvigorated
Yeah.
you to go back into playing this. I'm gonna definitely keep playing it. Like I said, I play like a couple missions at a time.
Yeah.
Because I don't like playing too much of a game at one moment because I feel like I burn myself out when I do that. So I play a little bit here and there, and I'm working my way through the New Game Pluses first, I think.
I think I'm still gonna wait. I don't know if I'm gonna wait for Creation Kit and then the mods that follow that, but
Yeah.
I
Oh,
want
yeah.
to I kind of want to save the Vanguard and the what are they called? The Rangers.
Mhm.
Save their storylines and the Galbank. Like I kind of want to save them for when I can make the game. I can tweak it. You know?
Galbank doesn't have a storyline. It's just missions to go and
Yeah,
get
but they
money off of
like.
people.
I swear that's like Bethesda's bread and butter, where it's just like a one-off. Here's your little story, and then you'll just be like enraptured in some like wacky
Maybe.
environmental storytelling, and like I don't know. Those are the kind of things I like almost better than like a full-blown storyline, where you land on a planet, you go into a place, and it's like, wow, there's a whole story just for this one building, and it's super interesting, and then you walk away from it, and it's like, wow, that was really cool. You know, now on to the next thing.
Maybe.
I love those.
Well, if you've enjoyed New Game Plus or you're excited to go into New Game Plus, let us know how excited you are, and especially let us know what universe you get. What's interesting things happen in your new universe, because I'd like to see if maybe there's more than just the 10. I don't think there are.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's been tested probably pretty thoroughly by now, but I still am interested to hear from you. So put it in the comments, let us know, and if you enjoyed this, make sure to like and subscribe. Excuse me. We'll be back probably in a month. We're going to do, like I said, do these a lot less often, probably once a month now instead, and get back to more doing our recordings and other streams that we do. And we're going to make some other supplemental content in Starfield as well as some other games. So enjoy that. See ya out there.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.